Okay, so now we just talked about the headquarters position, one way to get there, which there are many, and kind of what we're looking for. Now we're going to go a little bit into more detail as far as the passes we're looking for from there. And of course, there are more passes than the knee cut, the quarter mount, and the side smash, which those aren't really passes to begin with. Those are positions we're trying to get to in order to pass. And first we'll start with the knee cut. This one's probably the most common and the hardest to mess up. So again, starting in De La Riva, I break this, I grab the shins, I lower my body weight, I pop my hip back and straighten this leg to take his foot off. I step back if necessary, stuff this leg, step over, and then I like to pull it nice and high, pinch my knees, squat down, grab the collars. Now for the knee cut, the way I like to set this up is my right hand, I'm gonna reach and I'm gonna grab the side of my partner's gi here. This is gonna help me turn it into an underhook, but I don't necessarily wanna telegraph that I'm going for the underhook. If I start reaching for a super deep underhook, he's gonna kind of know what's up. He may start defending slightly differently. So I'm here, I'm grabbing the side of the gi. Now I'm gonna lean forward to plant my hand on the mat. This is gonna make my legs a little bit light so I can shift my weight to the side. And now I use this grip to pull my partner to his side. And now that my hand is so close, I can shoot for the underhook, dive, get my cross face, flatten my partner out, and then free my leg. So here, I break, step over, squat down here. Again, kind of leading with my chest, keeping my hips low, pinching my knees. I grab the side of the gi. Now I'm leaning forward here, and now I'm gonna do a lateral shuffle step. So I kind of lean the opposite way first, and then I throw my body weight and pull. And then I want to try to drive my knee down to the mat. Now my goal with the knee cut is to use my shin to pin this leg and thereby his hips in this direction. And I'm going to be using my underhook and my cross face to pin his back flat to the mat. And so by doing this, his back's flat to the mat, his hips are facing this way. I'm counter rotating his spine. So it's going to make it a lot more difficult for him to generate any real power in this position. Here, and also in addition to that, if he's on his side, it makes it a lot easier for him to squeeze his knees together. So it's going to be a lot more difficult for me to free my foot. And there's many different ways. Let's turn back. There are many different ways to accomplish this goal of flattening my partner out, depending on what my partner is doing. But kind of the first and safest option to look for, I think, is just a simple underhook on this side. And again, we were using this grip to pull our partner to the side. So when we get to this knee cut position, I can shoot this underhook through. Now I can get my cross face nice and deep, connect my hands together, flatten my partner out, keeping a little bit of distance here for the sake of the mic, but normally I would want to be as close as possible here. And then now from here, I can use my free foot to kick my foot, slide my hips through, and then as I slide my hips through, I don't want to just get up to my knees from here. That creates a lot of space for my partner to hip escape, get this knee back through. So when I slide through to the position, I'm here, I'm going to do what's called a hip rewind. So my hip is connected to his hip. Now I'm just going to use my toes on the mat to walk backwards. That's going to move his hips in the other direction. So now as I square up, it's a lot harder for him to recover the guard. So we'll go one more time and we'll do head facing this way. So I'm here, step over. And then oftentimes with passes like this as well, once I get to side control, I'll often let go of the underhook and use my hand to block his hip. So I have the cross face and this hand blocking the hip. So now the most common guard recovery of him hip escaping to replace is very difficult to do because I can use this hand to block his leg. So that's the first option from headquarters, using that position to enter the knee cut position, and then some basics on what we're trying to look for from that position.